Hi, I tried doing this video a lot actually. I ended up doing this kind of thing on my Instagram stories, but and I was gonna wait until their birthday, but I decided to do it now because I have nothing else to do and I just want to do it, and hopefully I can get through this. That would be great. And I'm actually changing two things around that I when I did it on my stories, I was like, that's not correct. And now I'm doing a video so I can fix that situation. Okay. So there's 14 movies, Mickey and Ashley movies, and I forgot to say what I'm doing. I'm making all of Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's movies. I have seen them all. Obviously, like I grew up watching them. They were my idols. I still adore them. So I had a little marathon. It wasn't supposed to happen. I just wanted to rewatch Holiday in the Sun, and then it's a snowball effect. And that happens every time I watch a Mary and Ashley movie. I'm just like, I'm gonna watch one, and I'm like, oh, I should watch this one, and then this one. So now I have this list, and I'm actually really glad I did it because that was fun. It was really fun to just like rewatch them all. Cause I haven't rewatched them in a really long time, but I still love them. I love all them. I don't love all of them, but I don't hate any of them. Um, okay, 14 to one. Okay, so the 14th is one is switching goals. That one is not my favorite at all. Like I don't like the parents. I'm not in. I don't like love interest. Not my age demographic, so it doesn't really matter. But even when I was a kid and I was the age demographic, I did not like the love interest. No offense to the guy, but I just not. What's not my favorite? Obviously, it's number 14. Okay, then 13 is wait, where is it? No. Okay, so then 13 would be Our Lips Are Sealed. And Our Lips Are Sealed, it's not bad, but again, like, I don't really care about the love interest. I'm not that interested in the storyline. So, yeah, Lips Are Sealed is 13. And now 12 is Double Double Toil and Trouble. Um, some reason people hate this movie. Like I can understand not liking it, but there are people who hate it, and I don't get it. I watch it every October. Um, and I think it's really cute, and I think it's fun, and I don't really understand why people won't like it. It has Claire Leachman playing a witch, plays two witches, a good witch and a bad witch. And it has Eric McCormick from Will and Grace, plays their dad, and it's a fun time. There's a character named Mr. N, and I love him. He's like, I think that's why I watch it so much, is I had a crush on him when I was a child, really, and I still love him. And the actor who played him, he's gone, he's passed away. But like every time I watch it, I'm just like, he's like my favorite part of the whole thing. Number 11 is To Grandmother's House We Go. This movie is really cute. It has J- uh, Jerry Van Dyke, who I love, and Rhea Perlman, who I love. I love this movie. The thing is that the whole goal is they want to get to Grandma's house, and then they get there, and they leave within like less than 5 minutes. So the goal, like, I wish I stayed at Grandma's house to like complete the mission, but it's still really cute, and I still like it a lot. But, yeah, and it also has cameos by Bob Saget, Candace Cameron Burr, um, and it has Lori Loughlin. I think Andrea Barber's there. I haven't. I only watch it during Christmas time, December. So, like, I don't have. I've seen it a lot actually, but like, I don't remember if Andrea Barber or Jodie Sweetin were in it. but I know at least Candace, Bob, and Lori were there, which was that's always fun to be watching it and seeing them, especially Bob. But the reason that Double Double Tour and Travel Again with House We Go aren't higher on the list is just because they're holiday related and I don't watch them. I wouldn't watch them year round, so that's why they're not as high. 10 is The Challenge. This movie was our last to video movie, and I love it a lot actually. I don't like Daniel. I do not like love interests at all in this movie, but I love it still. Um, and I love at the end how they brought back some of their movie boyfriends, and that was really cool. And I love the montage at the end of like all their movies, and it's the montage is always like I love it. It was a good movie to end things on. I feel before they did New York Minute, which was their last movie they did. Um, Actually, I think they did a little acting after that, but nothing like big. But yeah. 9 is Getting There. Again, I really I don't like the love interest in this one either. Um, but I love the chemistry between the characters. They're believable as friends. Billy Aaron Brown, I'm surprised he didn't get like a bigger career because I don't think he's funny. I just think that he had like this 90s boy thing that he was a comic relief and he was weird and he was supposed to be funny, and I'm actually surprised he was never like on a teen comedy show or anything. He was in a few episodes, just a little time with Mary and Ashley, and he was in Getting There. He was in the Challenge. Where else was he? Holiday in the Sun. Yeah, and that's it. But you would think that he would have had something bigger, but he didn't. And I'm always really surprised by that. 8, When in Rome. This movie is so fun. I do like the love interest that Mary Kate has with Paulo. They're really cute. I didn't understand Ashley's love interest in the movie, but I love it. I love that it was Italy, and they just again the whole like cast. I thought that they worked really well together. Um, 7, Billboard Dad. This movie is classic. I saw it a lot when I was younger. It's kind of one that I don't have memorized, but I do know like what's coming up every time I watch it. I'm like, oh, that's yeah. So it's like when I memorize like what scene is coming up. There's some that I watch and I don't have the best memory, but Billboard Dad, I know everything. I remember everything because I watched it so many times. And it has I don't know his name, but he played their dad, and he was in Everwood, and I love that actor so much. And like every time he's in anything, I'm just like I love him. He's so talented. Um, and it has a kid. I also don't remember his name. But he was kind of a big deal for a little while, at least on the WB. He was on Seventh Heaven, um, and then he was in Mitchie Rich's Christmas Wish with David Gallagher, who was on Seventh Heaven. He was just had a little mini career, and I'm actually surprised he didn't get any bigger. But yeah, just the Borg Dad is just a good time. 6 is Winning London. Um, I named my cat. When I had a cat, and I named her Chloe after Mary Kate's character in this movie. Because I watched it so many times. And it has Jesse Spencer from House and now Chicago Fire. I have not seen Chicago Fire, but I have seen House, and I love that show. And he was great in that show. Um, Winning London has to be one of the best soundtracks they did. I love that soundtrack. Um, I have like two songs on there that I love so much, and I love the chemistry between Mary Kate and Jesse. I just Running London was just really good, and there's one couple, and I completely forgot their names, but they're like the nerdy cute couple. They were actually my favorite couple in the entire movie. I think the chemistry between them was so cute. So yeah, number five. Holiday in the Sun is definitely a top five Mary Kay and Ashley movie. The soundtrack, amazing. Jordan and Ashley, amazing. That chemistry was is amazing. It truly is. Like they were Ben Easter, I think his name is. He should have been a bigger deal. I think he should have been on a WB teen drama show or something. I feel like he had the look. I feel like he had the talent, and I love him. I think um, he's my Jordan is my favorite love interest in American and Ashley movie, and the thing I think the reason is because he's so sweet. Like there's a lot of the other guys who are really nice and they are really sweet, but just the when he and Jordan and I forget Ashley's character name in the movie, even though I've seen this a billion times, but her and him, I just loved how they were with each other. I think they're really, really cute and sweet. And it also has Austin Eccles? No. Austin Nichols. Austin Nichols. Who was on One Tree Hill, and I love One Tree Hill. And actually, I just watched it, I watched that for the first time this year. And I love One Tree Hill. But I had such a crush on him from this movie. He was like one of my first big crushes. And then it also has Billy Aaron Brown in this movie. Nobody knows who that is, but if you have seen, again, if you've seen The Challenge, Getting There, and Holly in the Sun, you know who he is. But yeah, he's in it as well. And the cast again was just perfect. It also has Megan Fox as her first. It was her first acting role. It has the Swedish girl group Play, and I was obsessed with them after this movie. I was obsessed. I had their music, I had their CDs, I had like DVDs of them. I was obsessed with them, and I miss them still. So Holland in the Sun was just like it's like to me it's perfection. Um, for New York Minute, I love the soundtrack again. It's so it was their last movie together, and I think it was a great send off for them. It has Eugene Levy, Jack Osborne, Doctor. I know his name. Don't tell me. um, oh my God! Why can't every single time I've done this video? I've tried to do this quite a few times. I always remember it. Dr. Drew, I got it. He's their dad. Jared Padalecki from Gilmore Girls and Supernatural is in it. Um, Audrey Martin, who I love, and she's in my Big Fat Greek Wedding, and a bunch of other things. But I love her in my Big Fat Greek Wedding. That's my favorite movies of all time. It has Andy Richter, who is on the Conan O'Brien show, and I love him. I follow him on Twitter, and I like him a lot. He's funny. And then Simple Plan. How could I forget Simple Plan was in this movie? One of my cousins are like really obsessed with Simple Plan when we were younger. So yeah, I know like I loved Simple Plan. I don't listen to them anymore, but it's so fun to see them in this movie. Um, But yeah, this movie was like a nostalgic trip. It's really it's really good, and the fight that they have in the movie was so emotional. Like it's every time, every time I used to watch it, like I would get emotional in that scene, just because their emotions were so like high in that scene, and they're both getting emotional. And I'm always like, no, don't fight. So yeah, New York Minute. I don't think it was anything else in this movie that I need to talk about. It's problematic as hell though. But other than that, um, anything else? Anyone else that I'm forgetting? Um, oh, I love Meg Hate's character, Roxy, quoting "complicated" by Avril Lavigne. That is probably one of my favorite things ever. Like, my cousin and I watched this together, and we were huge Avril Lavigne fans. So when that came up, we were like dying, and it was so funny to us. But I don't think it's as funny now, but at the time, we thought it was like comedy gold. But yeah. Three, How the West Was Won. Fun, not one. It's a different movie. I've seen that movie and I have that movie. But How the West Was fun. It has Martin Mull, and it has Cassidy brother, but I don't remember his name. Um, but this movie is number three for a reason. I didn't think it would be this high, honestly, but I rewatched it. I bought it on Amazon Video, and the scenery is beautiful. The soundtrack is amazing. The acting is good because they actually had like really good actors in this movie. So like it was good. The girls, they're not the greatest actors in the world, but they did a great job in this movie. I just thought, and I thought everybody got like the chemistry was so good. Like the story was really interesting. I love this movie, and it is number three, and it deserves to be number three because I think it's perfect. Number two is Passport to Paris. It's my favorite travel movie, and I struggled with where to place it because I haven't said one of the movies, so you kind of probably know which one is number one. But this was really hard, and I went back and forth between putting it at number two or number one because I love this movie so much. Um, but number two, because I rewatched the first one and it gave me all the feelings I had when I first watched it. So, Passport to Paris is really cute. It has Ethan Peck, who is the grandson of Gregory Peck, who is one of my favorite classic Hollywood actors of all time. Fun fact, neither of the actors are actually from France. They're both born in California. They're both Americans. So I ruined everything. Ruined the illusion. But I knew that Ethan Peck wasn't actually French though, so that didn't throw me off. But the actor, the other kid, I thought he was. Maybe I'm just American, and I just thought he was because of his accent, but he's not. Um, but this movie is just so much fun. Again, it was their first travel movie, and it's their best one. I'm just saying, to me, it's their best one. They seem to have a lot of fun with it, and again, the chemistry was great. The scenery obviously was great because it was in Paris. Except for the museum part of the movie. um, it's so it's so fun. I don't know what else to say about it. Obviously, all their movies are unrealistic. So I forgot to mention about Holiday in the Sun, how they're upset because their dad is making them go to the Bahamas, but they want to go to Hawaii with their friends. And I'm just like, that is privilege, bro. But still, I love that movie. So, but Passport to Paris, their grandpa happens to be the ambassador of France. I just love how everything is always so convenient for them. But yeah, Passport to Paris again is just really fun. Number one, It Takes Two. This movie, oh my god, maybe my I had someone when I was younger. My friends and I would watch it over and over and over again. I had it on VHS. They would come over and we would watch it over and over and over and over. You had it memorized. We would act it out in my front yard every day, pretty much. It was like our thing. And then me watching it, I hadn't watched it in a long time. It had to be like a couple years. And I still remember everything. I still remember every single line, every bit of dialogue. I remembered every the I remember every scene, everything. Like I just it was like I don't know if that's muscle memory. I don't know, but I was just like a scene would happen and I would be like I wouldn't be able to like mouth it, say everything, but I knew that lines were coming. Like I was just like I know what you're gonna say. I know what they're gonna do. Like this movie I know so well. It's like back of my hand. Um, and it's become like I haven't watched it in a long time, but like that has now become a comfort watch movie because I need to watch it more than I do because it's so good. And again, a soundtrack, great. It has Kirstie Alley and it has I can't. I don't know why I can never think of his name, and I'm not going to try. Steve Coogan. I don't think that's his name, but I really do know his name. I do, but at this very moment, it's just not coming to me. I don't know why, but I loved their chemistry very much. Um, Lorenzo, I love it. I read that he has passed on, and I guess I should have expected that because he was older in this movie, but I was still really sad because I loved him a lot. Um, what else do I want to say? Oh, this is the movie that introduced me to sloppy joes. I had never had one. I had one, and I loved it. So then I got addicted to them for a little while. But yeah, just everything about this movie is so fun. I mean, it has Mary Kate. No, what's it? It's Ashley, right? Who plays a tomboy in this? I don't know. It's hard for me to remember. Like, oh yeah, Ashley plays the rich girl, and Mary Kate plays a tomboy. I remember. Um, and that kind of was how they were in other things. Like Ashley would always be like the girl. Mary Kate would always be the tomboy. So that was like the start of their personalities on screen as well. Um, yeah, I think that's it. That's my ranking of all the Mincan Ashley movies. Tell me your favorite one in the comments below. If you have one, you should have one. I would hope you have one. That is all. Goodbye.